Live, and I am your host, Dwayne Dunleavy, and I have tried to figure out what I should do in this new year for our first live. And it dawned on me that what I'm always trying to do with my lives is to give you guys information about being in the business, or even if you're not in the business and you're just thinking about it, that's something that can kind of help you. So, with everybody kind of starting over, coming up with ways to change their lives in the new year, I thought, wouldn't it be great to give you guys some tips on figuring out what it is you want? Let me tell you what I mean by that. What I mean is that, if you have a goal in life, the quickest, most efficient, and easiest way to get there is to figure out first where you're going and then figure out the best way to get there. So, when you're trying to create a career, whether it's in entertainment or any type of industry, it's good to figure out what you want first, to know what you want so that you know where to go. Um, if what you want is to be an actor, a model, or a singer, there are great ways of going about and doing that. One of the most important things is to learn all of the basic stuff that you're going to need in that industry. Now, at JC, we teach you all of this stuff, but I like to mention too that what we teach you at JC is not just for use in becoming an actor, a model, or a singer, or anything in the entertainment business. The skills that we teach are applicable to almost any industry. The things that we teach are preparation, the audition materials, occupational uh, ideas, self realization, public speaking, professional appearance. So these are all of the things that you need in any of the industries that you're in. But when you apply them to the entertainment industry, we can give you a really great map to get there. Now, some people are very lucky in this industry, and I guess that's where the majority of the public kind of puts their focus on the lucky people, people that maybe have been discovered or in a movie and nobody knew them before that. But the majority of the people in this industry are people that have worked a very long time and started anywhere, background work, theater, worked their way up. A lot of people, even in the music industry, when you find out about a band and they have this huge hit song, it's usually not they just started their band that week and wrote a song and it became famous. A lot of times you'll find out they've been a band for 10, 20 years. They've been making music for a very long time. And it was that one song that really hit and the public went wild for. But what I want to focus on is um, that there is such a thing as luck, but Oprah Winfrey actually said something a long time ago that stuck with me. And what she said was, luck is the meeting place of preparation and opportunity. What that means is that luck, while it seems like it's this thing that just kind of happens and it comes out of nowhere, really what it is when the opportunity arrives at you, are you prepared to accept it and to excel at it? That's when you feel like you're lucky, like, wow, I got this job or whatever. So the idea of preparing for what you want so that when you get the opportunity, you can actually accept it and do it is really, I think, it encapsulates everything we do at John Casablancas. We start with letting you know that what the business is like. Then you start learning how to present yourself. Then you start learning how to present yourself in certain situations, such as auditions and actual bookings, like voiceovers, commercials, um, any type of acting jobs. And then toward the end, you learn how to take all of those skills, apply them, and create basically examples of what you're able to do, and then to market yourself and to allow an agency to market you. So that is what encapsulates everything, but you can do this for anything. Like I said, these skills that you learn with us and the things I'm going to tell you about today and the exercise which I would like to do with you guys today, and obviously you're at home watching, you're welcome to do it. If you're watching this as a recorded um, event, then you can still do it. It's going to be great. But it's basically, I'm going to try to help you to figure out what it is that you actually want. And I want to keep it, of course, to the entertainment industry, but you can modify it to find out other things that you might want. So, what we teach, like I said, is not just for the occupations of actor, model, singer. The reason I say that is because if you learn how to present yourself professionally, how to speak well, and you go for an interview at a department store, chances are the manager of that store wants somebody who can present themselves professionally, can present themselves in a well spoken way, all of those things. So that's how I mean it can be used in other places. Now, let's figure out what it is that you think that you want. Okay. Now, the way to do this is you can write it down or you can just do it, in your head if you want. The first question to ask yourself is, what do I actually want? Do I want to be an actor? Do I want to be a model? Do I want to be a singer? Anything in the entertainment industry, what is it specifically that you want? Now, a lot of people are going to say, well, I want to do it all. That's absolutely fine. You can absolutely do that. But which one actually makes you the happiest in your mind? Now, what makes you happy about these jobs right now may not be what the reality is. What is the reality? I'm going to tell you what the reality is. If you want to be an actor, the reality is you don't just have to be talented and able to act. You need to be able to analyze yourself, watch yourself on videos, look at yourself in photos, and think of yourself objectively. You basically have to step out of yourself and look at yourself as though you are a casting director or you are a producer or somebody who wants to tell a story using you, or sell a product using you. You need to kind of be able to see what other people see. That's not as easy as it sounds because a lot of people are really believing things about themselves that may not be true. And you may not even know how other people see you. I can tell you from having been an instructor at JC for 17 years now, or no, 16 years, that people hate seeing videos of themselves. They hate watching themselves. And I can relate. I used to be exactly the same way. I used to really hate seeing myself and hearing myself in videos and things, but I had to start making a change. I had to start perceiving those things more as a career quality as opposed to do I like it or do I dislike it? Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like I hated the way I looked and I sounded, but at some point I was able to switch that and say, what I do and how I do it is unique to me. And that might be actually something that's very valuable to people who want to tell stories and sell products. So ask yourself, what do you want to do and what makes you most happy? Now, if you said acting, as opposed to modeling and all of that stuff, this is what an actor does. An actor creates videos of themselves doing different audition work, whether it's reading a script, doing voices, doing accents. They create photos of themselves for their portfolio that reflect them as different jobs: doctor, police officer, all of these different things, because you have to become a product that can then be shown to the people that tell the stories and sell the products, and be able to say, I'm available for your project. And if they choose you, then you have to go in and be able to pull it off. You can't just make them believe you're good at doing it and then you get there and you can't really pull it off. So it's very important. An actor does so many things. They keep track of their schedules. They have to be in touch with their agent and let them know what's going on. They have to be responsible for their appearance. You're not going to go and shave your head one day, and then show up to auditions when all of your headshots have hair. You have to make sure that you're keeping up with those types of things because it is a business. I always tell people this too. It's like any other business, and it's very close to the real estate business. When you start a job in real estate, the first thing you do is get headshots because you want to show people, I'm here for you to show properties, to sell your property, and you have to be well spoken. You have to be able to speak to people. You have to be able to do presentations about homes. All of that stuff is the same that we do as actors and models. We have to be able to present ourselves. And this is a business in the way that nowadays, especially, you're not very likely to be just discovered in this business. You really have to put the work in order to show what you're able to do. Because if you look at anything that's on TV or movies and you look at one of the stars that's in that show, chances are, if you look at the producers of the show, you're going to see the star's name. That means the star of the show actually paid for the production. Nobody picked them out of the streets and said, "Oh, you're a star now." So things work very differently. Back in the 50s and the 60s, people were all signed to different studios and studio organizations. They had to follow certain rules. They'd be put through an entire system of learning. They would have their hair plucked and eyebrows and makeup done and all of that kind of stuff. And I think that's where this dream of being plucked and being put as a star in the middle of the world has come from. But now it's so different. But there are benefits to that as well. You can be a star in your own living room, just like I'm doing right now. You can film yourself in your own home and be broadcast to the entire world. So we've given up that dream kind of romantic idea, but what we are able to do now is to make it happen for ourselves. Now, if you said you wanted to be a model, some of the things that models do are they take photos of themselves in high fashion environments, in high fashion outfits and clothings and poses. They look at magazines. They stay up to date with fashion designers. That's a huge one. People don't really realize that. If you want to be a model, you should know who the top designers are. What are the most recent shows? What are they doing? February 9th this year is when Fashion Week starts in New York. And, you should know what's going on there because if you are a model and you're trying to reach that point where you're doing Fashion Week and you're walking the runways for the top designers, you need to know when it is. How does it go? You can go on TikTok and see many models have their TikToks and they will show you what the day is like as a model going into Fashion Week. So, if you said actor or model, those are just a few of the things that you need to learn how to do and you need to stay up to date with in order to really be professional when it comes to this. If you look great, that's wonderful. If you look amazing, that you can get jobs definitely, but once you get to the job, it does require being able to show up and do the work. So that's really important. How do you prepare? Preparing for all of these things is basically a roadmap to getting to the point where you're able to accept jobs. So preparing means making your portfolio look great and look sellable, creating pieces, and you can create your own monologues, commercials. You can create your own audition pieces, which is what we do at JC as well. We teach you how to do that. You have to have audition preparation work done. You have to have your photos, your portfolio, and you have to also have the confidence to be able to actually walk into an audition. If you get the job, walk into a studio and be able to pull off the actual job. I also let people know that people are not going to pay for somebody that has no energy or preparation. I mean, there's just too many people out there who do want this, who are willing to go for it and do what needs to be done in order to get there. And you can see that every day because people are out there. Like, look at Jenna Ortega from Wednesday has become a huge star, but she has been in the business for years and years and years. She didn't just get the job at Wednesday and become a huge star and know what she was doing right away. She had been in many other things as a young person, as a child. So a lot of you may even just be starting out and be in that position. Networking is another huge part of this business. So social skills are really important, not just for the networking part, but when you get in to meet an agent or when you get in to meet a casting director, they want you to speak to them so that they can kind of pick up on your personality. If you don't have any personality to show, you're really not going to get a job. It's really important that you're able to show your energy. And I'm always telling people, they pay for people to be able to put their energy through that camera and to affect other people, not to just sit there and be pretty and not know what they're saying or doing. So you really need to start if you are a person who's thinking about getting into this industry, start to ask yourself, what do I want and what does that mean? Okay? If you want to be an actor, that means you've got to start getting really organized, get your preparation materials, get your look worked out, get your photos done, and start to prepare for that auditioning process. If you want to be a model, it's the same exact thing. But on top of that, you've got to learn about fashion. Find out who Chanel is and why that old Chanel company today, even when you buy a purse or something, it's thousands of dollars. Why is that? There's there is information to do with that all over the internet. And if you're going to be a model, you should really know that and other things. We do teach all of this stuff at John Casablancas, but I'm always letting people know you can do all of this on your own. It will take a lot longer and it will be a lot more difficult because if you go and have to research how to do all this stuff yourself and, you know, kind of figure it out for yourself, there's no way it's not going to be as easy as if you come to us because we do have everything worked out. We know how long it takes to get these things worked out. We know how to give you the information you need for the preparation of your audition materials, your portfolio, all of that stuff. But it really starts with you. Is the desire there? You know, there are people I know people that have children who are like 5 years old and they will fall on the floor and scream if they can't have what they want. I think that person could be an actor. They're probably going to grow up to really be able to show their emotions. And so, were you that kind of kid? Were you able to make things up and imagine yourself in other environments? That is a good indicator of whether you have a talent for that type of thing. Now, the other thing to keep in mind is some people don't wanna be in this industry, and their parents tell them, "You have to do this, try it, whatever," and that's a good thing too, for the same reason I said earlier. A lot of the skills that you will learn here at JC, you can use in almost any other industry. The ability to speak, the ability to know what looks great on you, how to present yourself professionally. So that's why even if, let's say, you don't have the complete desire, but your parents want you to try it, that's another good thing. I mean, try it out, see if you like it. Some people don't even know what it's like to read from a teleprompter or to try an accent. Some people get so nervous and scared just about to perform and or even read in front of somebody. Those are things that are you can actually work through those things. I used to have horrible stage fright where to the point where I would get nauseous when I had to do stuff in front of people, but I forced myself as a 17-year-old to do stand-up comedy, which was the best thing I could have done because it was horrific. It was scary. It was beyond belief nauseating. But after a while of doing it, something switched and I realized, wow, I don't have to worry about what people think of me as long as I think well of myself and I can, kind of put that out there. So, um, if you or somebody you know is interested in joining us or getting more information or even becoming an employee of John Casablancas, you can always email us at careers@jcasablancas.com. And keep in mind that anything that you can do when it comes to the entertainment business it's possible to create an example of that for yourself. One of the things we teach you is all of the basics, how to create videos with good lighting, with good sound, with a great background, all of that stuff. That is a fundamental of this business because now, especially since the pandemic, we are doing almost all auditions are on video. Your agent sends you emails that say, make a video of yourself doing this, saying these lines, wearing these clothes. It's so important that you know how to film yourself properly and to get all of those basic qualities covered, the good sound, the good lighting, all of that, because then you can make endless videos of yourself doing the things that you're good at. Do you play a flute or a guitar? Do you speak another language? You're able to make videos that show examples of you doing that. And if you were a producer, a director, a casting director, and you were looking for people to tell your stories or sell your products, wouldn't that be what you're looking for? People who can show you what they can do. So just keep that in mind. Like I said, I'm always trying to figure out ways to give you guys information that is helpful to you, whether it's in this business or any business. The first thing you can do is figure out what you want, figure out how to get there, and then start taking the steps toward achieving that goal. If that goal is to become an actor or a model, think about joining us here at John Casablancas. If you are a person who's already done things in the industry, or if you're in plays, you love to sing, you have some experience in front of people doing things, then you can join us even as an employee, as a coach. You will be trained, so you don't need to know everything. But you can always email us, like I said, at careers@johncasablancas.com and or I'm sorry, jcasablancas.com. Careers@jcasablancas.com. Also, if you are taking pictures, headshots, doing videos, and you want us to take a look at them and comment, then just do hashtag JC Live on your videos and your pictures, and we'll take a look. So, good luck with everything. If you decide to do it, maybe I'll even see you in one of my sessions. Good luck, and I hope that this helped you to realize that anything really is possible. Once you know what it is that you want and the way to get there, it's just a matter of putting one step in front of the other, one foot in front of the other, and taking those steps that need to be done in order to get there. And you can do it. So thanks for watching again, and I will see you next time. Tune in next time. It's the January 27th, next Friday, when I will be interviewing Doug Schimel, who is an Emmy Award-winning journalist, a theater and film actor, and a Netflix producer. And you can ask questions live during that, and it should be interesting. I love having people on who can tell us about their experience, how they got where they are, and what it's like. Once you've been in the business for 20 years, you can imagine things can get, pretty boring and old hat because it's not as exciting anymore. But I've been finding with people that I've been interviewing that the people who make it and stay, they stay excited the whole time. They're always excited about going onto a set, getting in front of a camera, and showing how they're feeling and being authentic on camera. So, good luck to all of you. I hope you tune in next week, and I'll see you then.